What is going on, guys? I'm Steven and welcome back to another Chinese smartphone review. So today we're going to check out the Elephone P3000 directly from elephone.hk. As always, you will be able to find a link to buy this product down below in the description. And don't forget to check out chinadevices.com if you have problems with your Chinese smartphone, or if you just want to read the written review, which you can also find down below in the description. Okay guys, so this phone retails for about $140 and it comes with some awesome specs. Now we have the mid-range MTK6582 SoC with a quad-core CPU running at 1.3 GHz, Android 4.4 KitKat, Mali 400MP GPU, 1 GB of RAM, 8 GB of ROM and 5-inch HD IPS screen, also some really good back and front camera and a really big battery with 3150 mAh. It also supports Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and comes with a fingerprint sensor. The whole phone is made out of plastic, but for $140, a really great deal. Now let's have a look at the smartphone and let's do a quick unboxing, so there we go. Okay guys, just to save some time, I have already unpacked the phone and here it is. It comes with some accessories, but first of all, let's have a look here at the Elephone charger. And this one comes with the Elephone branding. It's actually very small, round. Looks kinda nice, comes here with the correct power socket layout for your country, so you don't have to use an adapter. Here you can see the USB port is straight in, and this charger is capable of outputting about 5 watts, so pretty standard smartphone charger. Okay, now that was the charger. Also, to use the charger and to connect the smartphone to the computer, you get a micro USB cable. We can just have a quick look at that. Pretty standard cable, nothing special, and this one is also included. You should also be able to find such a sticker in the package, and it's important so don't lose it, just in case if you update the firmware and if the main number gets corrupted, you can restore it with the number printed here on the sticker. Then here we can find a screen protector. So there's one included and one should already be on your smartphone, so you don't have to buy one extra, it's included. Now here we can see a user manual, and this one here comes in English, and I'm pretty sure that they just include English manuals. And it just tells you the basic things like how to use Android, how to type messages and all that stuff. So pretty simple things and you probably won't use it. Now let's have a look at this flip case. So this one here comes with the Elephone P3000 and I think it looks very nice. It looks very stylish, comes with a cutout here for the watch and also it feels pretty good. Now in the right bottom corner we can see here the Elephone logo and you can also flip it up, and when you flip it up it shows the screen. And when you close it and the display's on, you can see the clock. And you will later see it in action, so it's pretty cool. Also the inside of the flip cover is very nice. So here the left side we have some kind of textile. It feels very smooth and also protects the display. And on the right side we have a transparent back cover. And yeah, as you can see, it feels very smooth. And I think it's included for free, so at least it was in my package, which came with the Elephone P3000. So that's everything which you can find inside of the package of the Elephone P3000. Just double check when you ordered if this flip cover is really included for free, but at least for me it was included. Now let us have a look at the Elephone P3000, so let's go. I have now inserted the battery and you can already see that amazing looking clock, so I think that looks very stylish, and for instance some China phones I wouldn't bring to a business meeting, but this one here definitely, because that clock, that cover, looks really awesome and it doesn't look cheap at all. Now you see when the display is off it looks like this, and when you just switch on the display by hitting the power button you can easily read the clock, and it also looks very stylish and very great. Mostly when you get some free accessories from China they are not very good, but here on the Elephone the accessories look kinda good, and also here the transparent back cover looks really nice and fits perfectly. And here you can also see the fingerprint scanner, which we'll just test out a little bit later. Okay, so that's the phone here from the outside, and you can reach the power button, which is located right over here, very easily with the cover. It's just a little bit harder to get to the volume rockers with the cover, but yeah, all in all it feels and looks pretty good. Here just in close up of this textile here, which also protects and cleans the display. Okay, then let's have a look at the phone itself. So the display looks really nice, let's just switch it off. And you can see it totally looks black when it's turned off. Has good viewing angles, so it's definitely an IPS screen. You can also see the notification LED here at the top. And it's a multicolor LED, you can also change the notification LED color, we have a 4G logo, we have here back, home and menu button, but unfortunately those buttons here don't have LED backlight, and also they look very strange with all those silver dots here, and it would be much better to have LED backlight buttons, but that's just my personal opinion, and I'm really not sure why they don't include LED backlight, but at least you have a notification LED. Okay, so that was the front side. Once again, you can see display looks kinda good. Also here the frame not too thick, but the whole phone is pretty thick because the battery is really thick. Now let's have a look here at the top. Here you can see the front camera. The front camera should have 5 megapixels. You can also see here the sensors. We have here a proximity sensor and a light sensor. And the Elephone P3000 should also support smart pause. So if you're watching a video and you look away, then the video stops. Here in the middle we have the speaker, and here at the right side we have the strange looking 4G logo, because this phone supports LTE, and that's something which is really awesome, because most China phones don't support LTE, but the Elephone P3000 for under $150 does support LTE, and that's really great. Now yeah, the capacitive buttons are the only thing which I don't really like because they look very strange, but all in all it looks kinda nice. So here you can see the volume rockers, which are located on the left side of the frame of the P3000. And now let's remove the back cover. You can do that pretty easily with your fingers. And here you can see the back side of the Elephone P3000. First look and first feeling good, but it's made out of plastic. Now here we can see the Elephone logo with some kind of chrome look. And here you have a closer look at the fingerprint sensor. Above the fingerprint sensor we have the LED flash, which you can also use for notifications, and the 13 megapixel back camera. And you can also see that this area, which includes all the parts here, is made out of aluminum and has a red ring around it, also around the fingerprint sensor, and I think that gives it a really unique look. Now let's have a look here at the bottom side. Here we can see the slogan. It says keep expecting and be surprised. I still don't get this, guys. So what does it mean? I should be expected and then I still be surprised, so yeah. Anyway, here we can also see the speaker holes for the 3D speaker. Here at the left side of the frame we have the power button, also made out of plastic, but you already see that this phone is very thick. So let's quickly compare it to my OnePlus One, which is already a big bummer, but here the Elephone P3000 is a little bit bigger, so 2 or 3 millimeters, but this is because of the big battery. This phone comes with a 3150 mAh battery. And that's a really huge battery for an MTK6582 quad-core SoC. Now let's have a quick look at the top side of the frame, and here we can find the 3.5mm headphone jack to use headphones or a headset, and the micro USB port to charge the smartphone or to connect it to the computer. At the bottom we just have a little hole, and this is the bottom microphone for calls, or I don't know, just for Skype or something. Okay, so basically that's it. And now let's remove the back cover and let's see what the Elephone P3000 has got under the hood. You can remove the back cover with your fingernails, just grab in here at the bottom and then you can remove the back cover. And this is how it looks like. And we can now remove the battery and you will already see the battery is really thick. Also when you have removed the battery you can check out the sticker. So it's the Elephone P3000. There's also a better model which is the P3000S, but it's also more expensive. Then let's have a look here at the slots. We have a micro SD card slot, which is the right slot here. Here we also can see the battery pins. Then in the middle we have the micro SIM card slot. Unfortunately, micro SIM card slot is just SIM card slot 2. And here we have a big SIM card slot 1 for LTE 4G. Here in the right bottom corner you can also see the antenna. Then here we have the fingerprint sensor as you have seen before, Wi-Fi and GPS antenna, and the antennas look pretty good and it also has some very good connection, as you will see a bit later. At the bottom we have the 3D sound speaker, which also looks kinda good. Now, as I've said before, everything made out of plastic, but let's have a look here at the battery. And the phone is so thick because the battery is a really thick piece. And also it's a 3.8 volt lithium ion battery pack, and it has a capacity of 3150 mAh. That's really much for an MTK6582. Now you don't see such big batteries even on the MTK6592 octa-core except of the THL5000, so you can expect a really good battery lifetime on the smartphone. Now let me reinsert the battery, reattach the back cover, and then we can just turn on the smartphone and let's have a look on how it performs and let's do some tests. So let's go, guys. Now here it is, we're now in Android and let's have a look at the Elephone. First of all, it feels really smooth, so no lags at all. The launcher is good, the ROM is clean, and I really like that Elephone ROMs come pre-rooted and they are very clean, so they do a pretty good job on the software. Now the only thing which I don't really like is the lock screen. It looks kind of weird, it's strange to use, but you can change it so easy. Just download a different one from the Google Play Store, and all in all the ROM is very clean and very smooth. But let's go to settings and about the phone to check out some information here. So you see it's running Android 4.4.2 KitKat. Currently the latest version because, you know, there will be no Android Lollipop on $150 devices, or at least not now, because it's just available right now on some Chinese devices like the OnePlus One. And also just some beta builds. So here we have wireless updates, and you see it's currently up to date. I think wireless updates are working, because you can also download the ROMs from the Elephone forum. Okay, then let's go here to the top and let's go quickly through the settings. We have here Wi-Fi, which is working, so let's just switch it on and let's go here to Wi-Fi. And I'm connected now to my home network. The signal could be better. It's a little bit better, for instance, on my OnePlus One, but still working, and I don't have any issues with Wi-Fi. Bluetooth is also working, tested with my smartwatch, which is by the way the #1 G2, and the review will come in the next days. Then here under more we have wireless networks just like on every other Android smartphone. There was just one issue which I had to fix, so let's go quickly to display settings. And this was recalibrating the G sensor because I couldn't rotate the display because the G sensor was miscalibrated, and you can easily fix it here in the display settings, so if you face the same problem, just check it out. Then let's check out the storage settings. This phone should come with 8 GB of RAM. Now because it's KitKat we have two partitions. We have the main internal storage with 2 GB and the phone storage with 4 GB. Now you see there are about 2 GB missing, this is because of the ROM. And also if you want to have a bigger internal storage you have to repartition the internal memory, and just check out chinadevices.com because we have a lot of tutorials for that. Now the battery stats are not accurate because I haven't charged it to 100%. But you can see cell standby is draining the most power, yeah, because it's a dual SIM and 4G phone, so cell standby will drain the most power. Also don't forget to activate standby intelligent power saving mode, and you can also switch on here battery percentage. Okay, then now let's go to apps and let's check out the RAM consumption of the smartphone. If we go here to running apps, we can see which apps are currently running in the background, and here at the bottom we can see the RAM consumption. The total RAM consumption here in idle is about 430 megabytes, so you still have 550 megabytes of free RAM. Then here under all apps you can see the ROM is very clean, just we have this Google input or whatever, it's a Chinese application, but yeah, it's not a virus or something, so don't be afraid guys. Then let's go quickly here to language and input. And I just want to show you this because some people were asking me if Greek or some other languages are in here. Unfortunately I couldn't find Greek, maybe it's just spelled different or with some Greek letters. But anyway, there are a lot of languages in here, and if you don't mind having an English phone, you absolutely won't have a problem at all. Okay, that was language and input, and here we have the finger scanner. Now here you can register your fingerprints, and you can also just set up here the fingerprint scanner to use it on the lock screen. And first of all, you have to register a fingerprint. And you can use every finger you want to, and I think you can register up to 5 fingerprints. We also have this funny looking screen here which actually tells you to swipe over the home button, which doesn't work, but if you just have a look at the picture, you have to swipe over the fingerprint sensor at the back side. And it works kind of nice, better on the Elephone G6 because just for me the form is better, and you don't have to swipe that straight over the fingerprint sensor. But you see it's working, it detects my fingerprints. It's just a little bit annoying to use, so just my personal opinion. I'm a Galaxy S5 user too. For me it was better to use the front side, because swiping over the home button just feels better and it also goes faster, and if you use your thumb and the home button then it's really easier than to use the back side. But I have now registered my fingerprint and now I have to enter an alternative password, but I will do this a little bit later, and for now let's just continue with the settings. Okay, so let's go back, and here you can also change the screen lock from slide to fingerprint. Okay, that was the finger scanner. Then here we also have notification light, and this is the notification LED. And the cool thing is that it is a multicolor LED, so you can choose whatever color you want to use for notifications, call or messages, and that's a pretty cool feature. And last but not least, we also have developer options. So that were the settings, and now let's just test all the most important things on the Elephone P3000. So I have now registered my fingerprints, entered the password, and now it's time to test the fingerprint unlock. So let's just lock the screen, let's unlock it, and you will come to this lock screen here, and you can see it tells you to swipe, but yeah, it is locked and you cannot swipe over the screen. But let's just use here the Fingerprint Scanner, and yeah, recognized. So it works kind of good. You just have to get the hang on this, and the first time maybe you swipe too fast or too slow, and after some tries you will get used to it, and then it works really easy. Okay guys, now that's it, and now let's have a look at all the important applications here on the smartphone. First of all, let's go here through the Android status bar. We have all the important things, and now we also can see one new button, which is Smart Pause. And this uses the front cam to track your face, I think, and you can just watch a movie, and if you don't want to watch it anymore or just pause it, just look away and the video will stop. We can also test here the dial application, and here we have the dial pad, so let's just try to call some random number. And yeah, it is working, and the best thing is this phone has quad band on GSM, quad band on WCDMA, and quad band on 4G LTE. You can check out the frequencies down below in the description. It works perfectly in my country, no issues with every provider, but just double check the frequencies, but it should work worldwide. So let us go quickly here to this messaging application, and I just want to show you the text input here on the keyboard, and you can see there are no ghost touches. It doesn't matter how fast you type. You can also set it to different languages, and it feels pretty smooth, and also the vibration feedback feels pretty smooth. That was the text input, but let's try the voice input. So you can use Google Voice input, and if I just say here youtube.com, then it detects it and opens up youtube.com in the browser. What I want to show you now is that you can just browse the web without a problem. And let's also do a quick movie test here on YouTube with a full HD movie, so you can see how it looks and also hear the speaker. So we're now here back on the smartphone, and let's continue with the most important applications. So let's go here to the menu, and the first application we can find here is the camera. And I have to say the camera quality on that smartphone is probably the best camera quality I have seen on smartphones below $150. Because the back camera looks totally awesome, and here you can see the front camera, which doesn't look bad at all, so definitely good for Skype or selfies. It's just a little bit dark here. And yeah, here we have the back camera, 13 megapixels, we have working autofocus, changes the lighting properly. So I'm just using here the default camera application, and it does a pretty good job. So we have here effects on the left side as always. You can capture photos with this button. We also have here the ability to shoot videos, and it works pretty nice. It's not laggy or shaky, and the camera on the smartphone is really good for a smartphone below $150. Okay, then let's go here to the settings and camera options. And here we can see the picture size is 13 megapixels. And not only in 4:3 mode, that's the good thing. It's also 13 megapixels here in full screen mode, and if I switch to 4:3 mode, I have 13 megapixels again. So yeah, that's really nice. And what we'll do now is we'll just go outside. I will just take some photos and also do a sample video with the back camera, and yeah, let's just have a look at the quality. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're now here outside, and this is the back camera of the Elephone P3000. Now it looks really nice, it records in 3GP, not MP4, that's a kind of bad, but you can see that the quality looks really nice. Also close-ups look really good, so we can focus here on this. But the tap autofocus doesn't work that good, so you sometimes have to tap 2 or 3 times, but after that it works pretty good, and I can also focus here on objects which are more far away. And I would say the highlight are close-ups, because they look very good, almost as good as from my DSLR. And you can see here the image quality is just perfect, and I didn't expect it on a $140 phone. I just thought the camera will be shit as always, but I'm really surprised that the camera on the Elephone P3000 looks that good, and there are absolutely no issues. And now I will just show you some test photos. Now here you can see a sample photo which I did just shoot with the Elephone P3000, and it looks great. Also here are some other close-ups, and you can see they are very sharp, the colors look good. And also photos from things which are more far away look good, as you can see right over here. I'm really surprised for a $140 phone. As I've said before, it's really great. Also, this phone comes with a magnetic field sensor, so you can use the built-in compass application and also some other compass applications. And you see north is on the left side, and it works kind of nice, so there are no errors and it works pretty good, and it always points to north, so I can definitely say that it is working. Now let's have a look at the flashlight, because this is also really important, and I would say it's very bright. It really hurts in the eyes, not like on the Q-Bot for instance, where it was very yellow and weak. Here it's very white, bright, and almost hurts in the eyes. So I would say it's really good as flashlight, or just use it as flash for the camera. And you see, looks kind of nice and works perfectly. And if you would like to, you could also use the flash as, for instance, SMS or call notification. Okay, then let's go back and let's check out the other applications. First of all, we have FM radio, but you have to use a headset as an antenna. It comes with all the Google apps and the Play Store pre-installed. Latest version of the Google Play Store you don't have to update. So you can just log in and download every application you want to. No unsupported phone, no errors, no outdated Play Store, that works kinda nice. Then here we have the Elephone service application. And this is something which I really like about Elephone. It's not really an application, it's just a shortcut to the browser. But Elephone has some kind of help forum, and if you have problems with your smartphone, you can post your thread there, and people try to just answer as soon as possible. And you can also download the ROMs here. You have your ROM download, user sharing, service and tech support, and that's really something which is great, because they offer low budget phones, and they also have support, and not many companies do that. But anyway, you can also visit chinadevices.com for support. And the second thing which is really great is that this phone comes pre-rooted with SuperSU, as you can see. Just have to update the binaries. Works really nice, no issues. And that means you don't void warranty with rooting, because it comes pre-rooted. You don't have to fuck around with that, you don't have to spend endless hours for installing SuperSU. It comes pre-rooted and you're ready to go, as you can see, installation success. Now this is something which I really like about Elephone. Okay, so what we'll just do right now is go outside and let's do a quick GPS test. So let's go, guys. We are now here outside again, and the phone is unmodified. I haven't done the GPS fix right now, but let's see if GPS works straight out of the box. So let's go here to the Android status bar, let's switch on GPS. Okay, I have to agree to this Google shit. Anyway, let's just press yes, and now it should search for a fix, and let's just wait a few seconds. Now you can see how many satellites are in view, and after some seconds you should have the fix exactly right now, and we have 7 satellites in use. And let's just wait, because the accuracy will go down. So it will just connect to some satellites, check out the signal, and after that the accuracy will drop to about 9 or 10 feet. So that's just a common range on Chinese smartphones. So accuracy under 10 or 9 feet is almost impossible on those MTK chipsets. So let's just wait a few seconds, and you see it drops to 10, 9. Okay, so GPS is working straight out of the box. Maybe you can improve it a little bit with downloading latest EPO files and also just rewrite the GPS config. But anyway, it does a pretty good job on the Elephone P3000, and now let's do some benchmarks.
Trace of the night on the way back down from the sky where you left my soul. Can you help me fly? I can't resist, 'cause you have got a hold on me. And all these thoughts, when you are here, you light up the dark sides to live in the night shine. You take my life and light side. You fade the when you are here, you light up the dark sides to live in the night shine. You take my life and light every side. You fade the dark inside. To live in the night shines.
Okay my friends, we're now at the end of this video, and I have to say the Elephone P3000 is a pretty good phone. Also there's the P3000S, which is the improved version, but it's more expensive and you just have to check out if you need the octa-core. And yeah, it's definitely worth the money too. The only things which I didn't like is that the buttons look kinda strange, so the capacitive buttons at the bottom, they don't have backlight. The phone is pretty thick because of the big battery. And yeah, it feels a little bit cheap because of the plastic body. But anyway, for $140, it's better than every S5, Note 4 or whatever clone. Elephone is some really nice brand. They make some nice phones. You get ROMs for that, you get support. You can be sure you have something which is reliable. Not some Chinese smartphone clone which looks like an S5 but is actually just a piece of shit. So give Elephone a try, you can find the link down below in the description. Also check out chinadevices.com. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you again in my next reviews. Bye bye!